I think there's preservation of everything that we've done over these years. You don't deviate from that in 3 games. We've been the most successful team in the Western Conference for a long time, and there's a lot of reasons why. But at the same time, as you change roles, obviously people they have more opinions. You're hearing different things from different people. You can take some of those opinions, those ideas, try to use them. I thought last game, we did some different things out of timeouts that we haven't done. Try to make it fresh because that's part of this, man. We've been doing so much successfully, so you don't want to lose that, but you also want to have a freshness to how you're playing. Obviously, easier to do that over the course of more games, more time. So balancing those two things it's tricky. But I thought the guys responded well the other night, and it went well.
Coach, what difference, if any, will you do with Russell Westbrook's minutes, and is Jamal coming back?
Jamal, at this point, looks like he's going to play. We're still waiting to get the total thumbs up from the training staff. With Russ, he'll have his role like he did the other night. If that's 30 minutes, if that's 16, this is a big game. And so you play the people that are playing well. It's not about one individual player, one person. All those guys in that room are together, and they're all going to be treated the same way outside of, obviously, 15. So if we're going to play whoever the last 5 are in this game, we're going to play the guys that are playing well to win the game. That's all that matters. And we've talked about that a lot as a group. Write all the articles you want. We're good, and we're going to play the guys to win the game.
Coach, from Tuesday when the news came out through the game Wednesday, there's, I guess, a sense of urgency and newness, and shock and all that. But now you kind of tried to settle into these last couple of games. Can you notice, I guess, a difference in their body language, just over the last 36 hours since you've landed or whatever?
I would say this. I think in all professional sports, when something new happens, there's always a freshness to it. The problem is, and the trick to this is to, have that continue. And we played really hard the other night. Bring it again. If it feels new and you like it, then don't let go of it. And we have to take the momentum of something that was a lot of distractions and a lot of really important people that I care about not here anymore. And in the moment, you got to move past it. And I think when the season ends, whenever that is, then I think you can take, a grander view of it and, and understand that. But we just don't have time to do that. So what you said is true. There's a new emotion, but those can go away quickly. So how do you, hold on to that thing and get yourself into the playoffs?
You mentioned the timeout. We saw Jokic being very visible with the three-sport leg.
Yeah.
Was that something you said, hey, I want you to do that? And how much is him, the way he kind of reacted to this and played, and how much is that helping as you try to move forward?
Well, he played his ass off. I know that. The whiteboard thing was hilarious to me. I don't use a whiteboard.
Right.
I use paper and pen. Nikola grabs the whiteboard all the time. And yes, absolutely. And he grabbed it to show guys post spacing. So I hope he grabs it 15 times tonight. And I hope if he wants to coach the team, all good. He's our best player. I'm going to do my job. But yeah, the whiteboard, I don't use the whiteboard unless it's a length of floor play or to get it in play. We're using the whole court. I prefer paper and pen. Coach Malone liked the whiteboard. So everybody has different ways they do this. But I thought it was great, man. When you have guys communicating like that, and he's trying to specify where he wanted people spacing wise, because we had a few issues, which I thought it was our fault. We kept driving the ball back into basically they were in a zone every time we posted up. We moved the ball and passed it, and that was his point. We got really good looks. And we're going to see that tonight as well with their two bigs. They can come Peyton, which means they'll come the baseline, use Jackson and Edie. So, no, man, communication huddles with our players. I've been asking for it, wanted to see it. It was so cool to see that. That gets you through a game because they use each other's energy in a good, positive way. And that's what I saw with that. I didn't even know he had the whiteboard, to be honest, but I'm glad he did.
The whiteboard is one thing, but I thought Nikola was particularly animated and vocal even on the court.
Yeah.
Things. And I know leadership's been a big topic. To what extent do you think leadership for him is about creating space or allowing space for him to fill as opposed to prodding him
Right.
to do something?
Yeah, I think also, him using energy to help his teammates is really important, but it's draining. And so you have to pick your times. It's almost like he can't try to motivate somebody, get on somebody, play 42 minutes, post up, be up and pick and roll with John Morant tonight, Zach LaVine the other night. So Yeah, I want him to be a leader. I want him to take his chances and really step up and talk to the guys. But this is not like Superman. Like, don't expect it to happen all the time. And I put the onus on those guys in there. It can be Jamal. It can be Aaron. It can be Michael. So everybody has to take their moment to step up and push their teammates along the way to win a 48-minute game.
David, your role has been offense, and it's a lot of work, but how much influence do you have now on defense, scheme, strategy?
Yeah, I said this the other night before we played in Sacramento. It's really fun to get back to that side of the ball. It's not like I never had an opinion, and I said this in Sacramento. I've been watching people how they guard us for 8 years. So I've been watching other people's defenses and trends and things like that. So obviously much more opinionated about it, making adjustments during the game, whereas my focus before was thinking about, who's going to be in what situation, rotations, offensively, how we're going to get the ball to Nicole in different places, getting Jamal off against blitz coverage, all those kind of things. So it's kind of cool to have both. I mean, it's almost refreshing in a way. With this pressure comes a lot of refreshing things for me. So I actually really enjoy it.
If Jamal plays tonight, what do you expect from him, and will he have some kind of a minutes restriction?
Yeah, I don't know the restriction, but I'm sure there will be one. It's 2025, so he'll definitely have one. But I expect 27 to be 27. And this is a big game, and we all know what he is in big games. So he'll be featured a lot, and it's nice to have our point guard back.
David, how do you feel like the different coaching experiences, whether it was at the high school level or coming into the NBA, starting as a PD guy and being a long-time assistant, how do you think those kind of like diverse experiences have prepared you for this opportunity?
Yeah, they do, because you have an expectation of all the different layers of the staff, and you want a certain energy, and you've learned from your own mistakes and your own successes of how to do that and be a positive, person in the group. I really mean that. Player development, you're trying to become an assistant coach, but you have to stay in your lane because the development needs to be within the team concepts. Assistant coaches are, they want to move up to different positions. Well, if you want to move up, then be loyal, do your job well. And I think if you have a group of people like that, that are all pushing in the same direction, I really mean it. I do think it shows on the court. It seeps into the players. It's part of the overall community of continuity. So, yeah, I draw on all those experiences. And also you learn a lot about what you don't want to do by watching other people do it. So you really do. You learn things. You're like, I don't know if I would have done it that way. But until you have to make the decision yourself, the responsibility of it, I think it allows you to make a really sound decision because of what you've been watching for 15 years.
So is there any other additional questions that you or the team is looking to answer between now and the end of the season?
I don't think we have time. I think, if I was lucky enough to come back, that's a season-ending kind of thing. That'd be, if we're lucky enough to be in the top 6, you got a week there, whatever, per se, to start the first round. Maybe that gives you a chance to say, hey, maybe we should do this, try this differently. But right now, to me, it's all about spirit of the team. And we got to play our ass off to get a win, and we know they will too. So I'm really excited for the game.
It's fan appreciation night, so how much do we feed off the crowd going home and leaving there?
Yeah, no, we do. We need it. And we fed off it in Sacramento. I mean, they weren't cheering for us, but that place was absolutely awesome. Their fans are great. My expectation is our fans do the same. You got to bring that energy to it. This team that's coming in is uber talented. We know the challenge that's ahead. So, yes, that's a big deal.
Have you had time or met one-on-one with players?
Yeah. I mean, in passing, I always talk to guys individually. I don't think this is not like go to the principal's office and talk. We know each other well. I know the positives of these guys. I know their personalities. I know when they're frustrated and when they're not. But we're grown men in this room. And, yeah, we do. We have conversations, straightforward conversations. So as long as it's all for the right reasons, I think all that stuff is great. But I haven't called anybody in, but I definitely have texted people, let them know the expectation of what their role is going to be that night, all those kind of things, just to be, fair to these guys going into a challenge.
How did the idea for the Christian Brown shooting shirt come about, and how do you describe it as playing?
Yeah, I know the PR department had talked about it, and it's a great idea. Great job. Yeah, got to keep Nick on my side over here. No, it's really cool, and I think the coolest part about it is it's deserving. It's not like we're just doing it to do it. If you've been watching him this year, he has gone beyond expectations, and how much better he's gotten from his rookie year to now is absurd. The way he shoots it, handles it, and I would say his persona and the way his confidence, it's so so obvious. The shots he took the other night on the road in a huge game where we had to get a win. I mean, it's cool to watch somebody mature like this. It's why you coach. And everybody acts like you're chasing money. You're not. You're looking for this moment to feel that. So really cool for CB. Cool that the guys embraced it. So yeah, excited for CB.
You mentioned the word spirit. I know over the last few days we've heard you want to see the guys play with joy again. But as part of that, if they want it to be joyful, they have to take ownership. Is that kind of the flip of this? Like,
Yeah.
you can have fun, but to have fun, you got to do these certain things or it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, fun is a word you can use in a lot of ways. I want a competitive spirit. Yeah, and you're right. If you want to have fun, you have to win. I've been around teams where, we lost a lot, and I liked everybody, but it sure as hell wasn't fun. So in the NBA, how hard you play and how connected you are competitively is what fun means.
Have any of the roles on the coaching staff changed? Is there a new offensive coordinator, so to speak?
No, but I really did manage the rotation. So Ryan Bowen's, doing that. Ryan Saunders still doing his job. Pop's been great as an older mentor. And then guys behind the bench are also still doing the same things they were doing. Andrew Munson's helped me out with the offensive walkthroughs because he was kind of like my point person. So he has a feel for what we're doing. And I'm proud of those guys, even though they're older than me, some of them younger. This is a lot, man. I mean, it's 3 games, and it's like, hey, take this responsibility on that you've never done before with 3 games to go trying to make the playoffs. And it says a lot about the group of guys in there. We're still connected. I'm excited for the game. We're ready to go.
Nikola finished with fewer touches in Sacramento than his average. Was that a point of emphasis for you and the staff, or is that just kind of how they came about?
Both. It's how they guarded him, but I thought the guys looked less anxious, and that's good. If the ball finds you and you're open, shoot it. And I said this before, for us to have success today in the playoffs, hopefully, we are going to need other people to step up because he's going to be doubled, tripled, all these things. And the greatness of Nikola Jokic is his patience. I mean, I looked up, and he's got 4, 2, and 2, and we're up by 8. So that says a lot about him. It's not about stat chasing and all this stuff I've heard. It's about winning. And if that's what it needed that night, if it's 30, 20, 20, cool. If it's 21, 10, and 10, and we win, cool. So he's so impressive in so many ways. But yeah, you're right. We had talked about being more confident when the ball finds you, but it was also just him managing what was in front of him and what Sacramento decided to do to guard him. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.